So hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Simply Steph. That's me. If you are new here, allow me to say welcome, hello. And if you are returning, then welcome back, guys. Thank you for coming back. In today's video, as you can see by the thumbnail, holy moly, we have Slay Glam Box. I know. If you want to know what's going on here and you want to talk about it, then please keep on watching. Hey guys, please remember to subscribe if you have not, rate the video thumbs up, and turn on your bell so you're notified each and every time I upload. Thanks. Okay guys, so yes. If you are new, again, my name is Stephanie. I'm the host around here. And by that I mean, I'm just the one who goes over the products. I am actually looking for what is in this subscription because I did take it out. There will be a teeny tiny try-on portion using the items. As you can see right here, I do have all of them on my eyes. Now, first let me just tell you, this is a beauty channel. It is a real life beauty channel. And by real life, I mean, I don't pretend to be something I'm not. I sit back and I do things in real life ways. I don't sugarcoat anything and I give it to you plain. I'm not rude. I try not to be anyway. If I don't like something, it's not exactly what you say about it. It's how you say it. I try not to be mean about anything, but I do get my point across. I also try to offer up something that could maybe make it better, with any given subscription or even a product, That's what we do here, all things beauty. And again, in a real life manner. My nails are not painted all the way. That's real life. My eye look didn't come out exactly perfect today. That's real life. Not the shadow's fault, human error. Because I am not a makeup artist. I am just a woman who likes to create art with makeup. The whole transformation, everything in between. That's what makes me happy. If you think you can get into unboxings, try-ons, tutorials, all things beauty related really, then please hit that button over here and become part of the family. I would love to have you. If you can, remember, please rate the video thumbs up. That really does help your girl out, and it's absolutely free, guys. It's just a little click of a button, and I would appreciate it. And for those of you who have been doing that, thank you so much. The bell is very important. Keep your bell on because my schedule is a little up in the air, and you do want to know when my videos go up because I will be announcing winners and some new giveaways. Just saying. All right, so let's talk about it. Slay Glam Box. The packaging is very cute. It is like it was last. I did cancel this back somewhere in the summer. And I explained to Miss B, I have been in contact with Russia throughout the months. Not like every single day or anything, but we did keep in touch. And I explained to her that I didn't really want to cancel. I didn't. I run this channel on my own money. And when I put out a certain amount of money, I need something back for it so I can film it. Because I can't just move on to more money. I don't have it like that. And this was definitely before I was monetized. So, there was shipping and everything. So money was, tight for the channel. And I was trying to budget my money as best I could. And I did explain that to her. So she did refund my money. She let me reactivate my account. And everything was just as it was when I left. I've been saying it since, oh my gosh, my first video. Literally, my first video on YouTube was the posting of this subscription. It was just so good. I finally got the courage because I felt so strongly about that particular subscription and the subscription in general, really. But that month was just so good. It gave me the guts to upload the video. Some months are better. It's like with everything. It's still going to be, I'm sure. That's why it holds like a place in my heart. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be honest about the subscription. There's no way, no how. But we do have May right here. So let's go over the products. Now, I did take things out. They did come very nicely bubble wrapped. This subscription is $24. I believe shipping is free. And there may be tax. I'm not sure. I will leave all that information down below. I do have a code with this. That's another thing. Even though I had to cancel the subscription, she still afforded me my code, and the code still works. You saved 10% or something off the first box. She did say that the code is still active. So there's that. I just feel like, we can't just ignore what happened, right? Something happened. She got behind. And I know that she does suffer from a chronic illness, and I'm not excusing anything that happened. But I do understand that she had people that she was depending on, with her ailment that she has. It's very hard for her to go in there and put in a 12-hour day of getting things done right there on the floor. I know that. It was just something she needed to do. She needed to take a step back, and she wanted to come back strong. So far, last 2 months I've seen, I know I don't have April's. I wanted to get it. Financially, I scraped the barrel to get this one, guys. I'm going to try and continue to get it. And I do like the subscription. I genuinely do. So, let's just hope that things work out this time. you know, everyone deserves a second chance, so why not, right? Okay, so the first thing we have in here, it's the Kaylin brush. It is a two-sided brush. You will see me use this because I did pat my concealer out with this. I will reserve all my thoughts for the end of the video, so if you want to see what I think about everything, then stay tuned for that. And then, of course, we do have the eyeliner from Kaylin. Now, I will say, I think Kaylin's products are just a little overpriced for what they are, but they do work. Okay, this is a very dark plum. It's not black, it is purple. Okay, I did use it to tight line with. I tried to show you the video and I forgot to turn on the camera. It does dry down and it doesn't go anywhere, so it's not that kind that smears, at least not for me anyway. So there you have that. Okay, that is the second product. The third item is a lip kit, which is 2 items. Not only do you get a very nice lippy, this is in Vodka Soda, and it is from Basic Blue. I do have this before. I think we got this in Ice Cream Beauty, if I'm not mistaken. I never used it. So you do have the liner, which is here, and I do have that on, okay? And I do have this on. One thing I am going to say to Miss B is, can you add a card, Miss B, or maybe a digital card or something so that we can look up the prices of everything without having to really like go and dig? That would be my one suggestion. It makes my job so much easier, and I'm able to give you guys the retail value of the whole entire box and what each item costs. That's always a plus. Now, let's get to the 2 things that, you know, a lot of people always want to see in a subscription, and that are palettes. We do have this one from Oakland. Now, guys, I have spoken about Oakland palette shadows before and palettes that I have and I've tried, and that's cool. It's like, I expect the palette to be like, when you scrape it, it goes zzz, zzz. It's like that very, I don't know what the word is, holographic maybe? I don't know. So here it is. It does have a little mirror, see right there. It does seem to be, I'm not going to take the plastic off because it's like, it's sticky here, which I like because you know me, I always lose the darn shadow covers. This time I can just peel it around, hold it while I'm dipping in, no problems, no worries, and it doesn't go anywhere. As you can see, it is there. And I did use this palette. You'll see in the try on portion. So there's that. And this is like, I want to say like an everyday type of palette where you can, you know, do a very quick look and be in the office or what have you. And then we have the Piece of Resistance, which I saw this and I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting this. Now, this palette, it's a palette and it's a very pretty palette. There's the packaging. It is from Base Blue. Now, I have never tried Base Blue shadows, ever. I don't even know if Base Blue is a company from here, the United States, or if it's from somewhere else. Because these shadows and the blushers, that's what it is an eyeshadow and blush palette. These being the blushers right here. Now, guys, they look like shimmers, but they're not, okay? These are definitely mattes, and these are more like a satin, but not. They blend out like mattes, which I'm all good with. I have a million shimmers, okay? And I have a million mattes, but look at how pretty that palette is. As you can see, it's either roses or tulips, guys. I'm not sure, but it could be either one, I guess. Either way, it's very pretty. And I used this shadow, this shadow, this shadow, this shadow, this shadow, this shadow. Okay, so I used quite a bit of them on my eyes. And this is the look that I came up with. Now, guys, there you can see that it's not gripping here, and that is not the shadow's fault. That is my fault. It happens with any brand because I have a lot of crepiness going on. And for some reason, it could be Huda. It doesn't matter what brand it is. It sometimes doesn't stick. So I'm not faulting the palette for that. It's my own crepey eyes. And I did use a little bit of shimmer, as you can see, on this palette. If we were to open the palettes and put them side by side, they kind of complement each other. They really do. Okay? I mean, you've got the blue. You've got the neutral colors up here on the top. Okay, I don't want to open this and blind you. But you have the white shimmer that is always great. And then what I used as a topper over top of the eyeshadow, you will see that in the try-on portion. But here you go. I mean, it makes a very nice complete palette. That's my personal opinion. We're going to get into the try-on portion, and then I will give you my final thoughts at the end. So keep on watching. Hey guys, try-on portion of Slay Glam Box. The Oakland palette is here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start by priming. I'll probably be using the mirror in this palette because why not? This is what the palette looks like untouched, okay? First of all, it has a magnetic closure. This is from Base Blue. These, I would assume, are the blushes. I will shut up and we will get into this look. This one does come with a mirror. See right there? Hopefully I can zoom you in just a little bit more. I'm gonna pat this out with my finger like I normally do. I need a fluffy brush. We're gonna use this, okay? I think this is one that Holly sent me. Shout out to my girl Holly. So I'm going in with this shade right here to just kind of like neutralize the little veiny things I got. Pigmented as all get out. Let's dive in to this palette. What do I want to do? I think I just want to create a very basic, simple look. Nothing too extravagant. There is no mirror, so I can hold it up like that. So there they are again. I'm thinking I want to use these colors. No big surprise there, right? In some kind of look. I'm going to lay this down, and we're going to use this as a blush and buff it out with this as well. This is more of an orangey, like burnt type of sienna. This is a cranberry, so we're gonna stick with the cranberry. Now I'm gonna go in with that as a transition. I know, very dark. I have this little brush right here. It is clean, I promise you. It is stained. So I'm gonna dip into this one right here, okay? It's a lot of pigment, right? So I'm gonna knock it off just because. But let's just go ahead. Wow, okay. One dip, not too shabby. Now this is the mattes, okay? So I'm gonna go back in, tap off my brush. As long as you can see with my eye open, I'm fine with that. Deepening up the outer corner. I might have to go into the Oakland palette for that. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, we will see. So this is definitely a matte. It's very pretty, effortlessly blending out. Like, not kidding. Like, you guys can see. No patchiness. I don't see any patchiness. Look at how wonderful that blended out. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. We're going to use my BH blender right here. I'm gonna go ahead and run it through. Would I recommend blending? No. Why? Because you don't have to. You really don't. These shadows kind of like blend themselves. Wow. Huh. Again, I always have problems here. You see that patch? This is not the shadow's fault. It happens with every shadow. I always have to go back in and touch it up and then kind of just leave it. I mean, holy moly. What do I want to do in the outer corner? Dare I take that black? Let's go for it. And then, you know, hey, it's only makeup. If I don't like it, I can wash it off. This is the BH 10, okay? It's one of those little stubby brushes. And again, yes, it is clean, I promise. So we have a chocolate brown in here. You don't need a lot, okay? I'm not gonna run this through my crease, I don't think. I'm just gonna keep it focused mainly on the outer corner. I like that. Just gonna pull that right up above here so you can see it when my eye is open, okay? I don't wanna blend it away. I just wanna do a little bit of blending. I changed my mind. Changed my mind, guys. Right in the middle. I'm going to take this shadow, the same one we were using in the crease. I'm going to put it all over my lid. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pop this very and because this is like a dark plummy color, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that. I mean, guys, okay, let's swatch this. Okay, it's more of a satiny like color too, but let's see how it works here, just over top. And yes, I'm using my fingers because why not? And now you can absolutely do this with, like I said, you can put this all over the lid because I think it's going to sheer out and look like a matte. And then you could go over it with this color right here to intensify it. That's why I should have done one eye each different color. But again, not familiar with the shadows. Just a little more pop like that. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so that is just absolutely gorgeous. Telling you, Oakland shimmers are amazing. Look at how much difference that made. I'm gonna get transfer on my lid. up above here, so that's to be expected. But I'm gonna go in with this blue right here and see if I can darken up the outer corner, because it is kind of like a blurple that I have on the outer corner. Just made it a darker purple, so that's fine because I already had pink down. So the only issue I have with the base blue palette is that they look like shimmers, but when you put them on, they're really not. They kind of blend out to be mattes. There may be a little bit of satin sheen there, but you could absolutely, I think, get away with that, even in your crease, your outer corner, etc. This is almost like, dare I say, like a more Asian type of eye look. It's very subtle. Pigmentation is there, you can build it up, but on initial like swiping, it's very subtle, where the Asian culture, less is more. You know, they're not all about putting this giant amount of pigment on their eyes, and I think this kind of falls in that category, and I'm not mad at it. I'm really not. I just wouldn't blend like too much, because in those instances, if you're using, like, I set my eyes, and I probably shouldn't have, but I was just, you know, going with my tried and true, and that's what I do when I test out anything, is I usually put something down so that it's blendable. But next time I use this, and I will use it again, I would say try it without setting your primer, just to see what's the harm in it, right? So I have my base on. I'm using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer, and then what I'll do is, just to do a little bit of brightening, the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating, we are going to try out the brush now. Let's go ahead and see if I can't tap this out. Now we have that on, and we can do the under eyes together. I do have a little bit of brightening going on, so not bad. I'm not mad at it. And then I kind of just do a little bit of brightening right here, and that's it. For me, less is definitely more. Okay, so let's try the blush. I'm gonna try and get just this shade right here and see if this will work as a blush. Just wanna tap it off, and then this may be not the, I don't think there's going to be a problem. Oh, that's kind of nice, look at that. And then I just kind of want to really blend it out. So maybe I'll take a little bit of this shade and blend it out. Woo! Okay, that's a little much. We can always fix that. I have my bronzer brush. I can always just go over it and just kind of like rub it in. Okay, I like that. Not too much, not too little. I do usually bring my blush up a little bit. And of course, I do my nose. I just do it so I look like I have just a little bit of sunburn, you know. After I have my powder on and my foundation and my powder, I use a kabuki brush to kind of go in, and that really helps to blend everything together. Now, if I'm doing contour, I'll make sure I do that before. Sometimes I get a little crazy with the blush. Yeah, okay. So now we're gonna do the lower lash really quickly. I thought that I would perhaps use a little bit of this shade right here, okay? And maybe I might mix it with a little bit of that blue. Tap it off, of course, and then just run it under here. Remember, I just want a little tiny bit of color, not too much. So it almost makes like a purpley plumish look, like a blurple. I mean, you can't say these shadows aren't pigmented, because holy moly, look at that. We have one more product, and that is the lip product, and this is what came in the box. I would have shown you already. This is the lip kit in Vodka Soda. This is a very, like, I don't know shade, but we're gonna try it. Very creamy. Okay, so I've lined my lips. Oh yeah, okay. Well, very comfortable. Wow. I thought it was a gloss, but I was wrong, and it's very opaque. And I did add a little bit over top of it of my Diamond Crushers from Lime Crime. It has like a bluey pinky shift, which I thought would tie in the look very nicely. I don't know where the brush is, guys, but you did see it, and I did use it. It did tap out my concealer really nicely, so there's that. I'm kind of like on the fence about the brush. It did do the concealer nicely, and it did put on the blush. Would I reach for it more? Maybe to pat out the concealer, probably more, because I have my you know how you get used to things, and I have a very good blush brush that I do like, you know. We do have the Kaylin liner. Now, remember, it is in the shade purple, and I tight lined with it, okay? Because I don't use dark liners in my waterline. It just closes off my eyes, which, oh, by the way, I used this a little bit in the waterline, okay? Just to open the eyes up a little bit. I did use a little bit of inner highlight with the Oakland palette, which we are gonna go through next. Okay, I'm a fan of Oakland shadows. I think there's nothing wrong with these shadows. I personally don't think there's anything wrong with them. They work fine, they blend out wonderfully, and they're pigmented. So, you know, that's my opinion. Now, you can run into, depending on the mattes and the shade, like I don't know if purple would be a color I would gravitate towards. It can be a little patchy. I have ran into that. I think it depends on the shade. The formula is pretty much standard across the board. I've not seen it variate too much. Sorry, I dropped like everything. Yes, I'm not mad at the Oakland palette. Now, the piece de resistance, I think, is this palette right here, the base blue palette. Guys, it works for everything. You have your blushers, absolutely works as a blush. You even have like another shade that I buffed it out with, which gives me, I looked in the mirror, like, remember now I'm using natural lighting, and I have a little bit of the ring light now because the sun is starting to shift a little bit, which is why I'm not trying to get stuck without, you know, finishing this video. So, I mean, I think even though they kind of look like, I don't know, can you see that? Probably not. Let me see. You kind of see the sheen on them. Okay, misleading. That's the one thing. These are not shimmers. They are not shimmers. They're not even satins, I don't think, because I buffed out the crease shade that I used right here, which I used all over my lid, you saw, with this shade, and it doesn't appear to be a shimmer at all. Now, I did mix these two to darken up the outer corner. Let me just say, can build them up. You can see there's purple on my eyes. Bluish purple, blurple, however you want to say it. It took me a minute to get there, but it's fine, and I wasn't familiar with the product, okay? I recommend not using something to set your primer with. I absolutely recommend going in over a primer, and that's it, okay? I don't have such a good time with blending out over top of tacky primer. I find it that I blend too much because I don't want it to be patchy, and you know what I mean? Like, I haven't gotten the knack down yet for that. So I always set my eyes. If you were to go with a light primer, I think you would probably get more pigmented from this. But I'm not mad at this palette. I'm really not. I mean, it's very, very pretty. End of the day, it works. How you get there is your choice, but it works, okay? So that is my final thoughts. So again, this is a definite yes. This is a yes. I do like the Vodka Soda and the liner, very creamy, but it does not dry down. The liner is not one of those liners that's gonna stay all day. You are gonna have to like reapply. I don't know about the lippy yet, we'll see. I may pin a comment down in the description box. So far, I will say that I swatched the liner and I was rubbing it and it wasn't coming off. So it does set, you just have to let it set down. Slay Glam Box, I am very happy to show you Maze, and I'm glad that it's back. I will stay with it as long as it keeps on working out, you know. Well, everything will be linked down in the description box, as well as the link to go over and check her out. All right, so there I have it. Listen, thank you so much for tuning in with me. If you know, are going through something, please remember, oh my gosh, talk to someone about it. Anyone, a counselor, a loved one, a friend, a stranger. Dump it and go. You'll never see them again. Who cares, right? I've done it, guys. Not kidding. Also, if you were asked to listen to someone, if they want to talk, lend them your ear. You can absolutely help them with just that little gesture. In this great, big, giant, crazy, mixed up world, to all my loved ones all across the globe, please, guys, stay safe. Until the next one, see ya. Okay, so I don't know where the brush is. I can't find it. And I do have to finish this video.